Joining me is Warren Mundine, one of the leaders of the No campaign against the Voice last year, and a former national president of the Labor Party, as well as an advisor to two Liberal Prime Ministers. Warren Mundine, great to see you again. Look, South Australia's version of the Voice, first election, more than 91% of Aboriginal adults didn't bother to vote. The people elected included a woman who just got 6 votes. Your response?
Look, this is becoming a joke. These Labor premiers and chief ministers and they're just pushing this line, and I've got to say, even some people in the Liberal Party are doing it as well. That the Aboriginal people want these things. Look, if you go through the whole process, and he even admitted it, that 10% or below 10% they got in South Australia over the weekend was equal to every other vote that happened within ADSIC and everything else. Aboriginal people, the vast majority of them, just want to get on with their lives. They're proud of their Aboriginality, they're proud of who they are, and they just want jobs and education. And look, and while they're spending all this money, these governments, on these things that Aboriginal people don't even want, there's riots over Australia, there's crime happening everywhere. And what are they doing about that? Oh, we're going to come up with this virtual signaling thing that makes us look like we're doing something, which is a voice, and people who can get on it with 6 votes, and people even if you're the wrong sex, you can have less votes than someone else and still get on it. The whole thing is a farce. It's a joke, and they should be focusing on the real issues that are happening in Australia, in remote and regional Australia, and working on those things. And this thing about Aboriginality, they're the ones who open this can of worms. If all you have to do, and we've said this all the time, all we want to do is have things on needs. So if you need help, you need help get into a job, you need kids to get to school, you need to deal with crime and that, then we need to do that on needs, not race, on needs. As soon as you open it up to race, then you should be able to prove that you're part of that race. And if you can't do that, then what are you doing?
Absolutely. Just to pick up on a point you raised, just to let people know, I mean, you did, as Warren just said, there was a quota imposed, at least in each region where there were votes. 3 of the candidates, winning candidates, had to be women. So you've got a number of women who got many fewer votes than men did, who were unsuccessful, but still got elected. So is that democracy? It doesn't look like it to me. And Warren, you're quite right. I mean, you're quite right. You've got this chaos, this disaster, this human disaster in Alice Springs, but that's too hard. So let's set up a voice. That's easy, even if no one wants it. But the argument for it, Warren, is this. They need the voice in order to get good advice from the ground.
Look, this shows how incompetent these governments have been for the last 50 years. If they can't get Aboriginal voices to come in with expertise in the area of crime, in the area of education, in the area of employment and stuff, and starting businesses, what I just don't understand is and I was advising Malcolm Turnbull and Tony Abbott. We put in place this Aboriginal business sector, and this is the way forward. We set up Aboriginal businesses and got them moving, and guess what? In 8 years, it is now worth $8.2 billion, and it's got 45,000 people into jobs. This is the way forward, and this is what we've got to do. We've got to stop this nonsense about things that have never worked in the past and continue not to work. And also, don't listen to them if they say they believe in democracy. In that democracy, time and time and time again, have said Aboriginals don't want it, the rest of Australia doesn't want it, and yet they keep bringing them back. They're like zombies, you think you stab them and they keep on coming back at you. And these people aren't represented. How could you be represented? Call yourself a representative on 6 votes.
I know. But you watch. You're seeing the Lydia Thorpe relatives and connections start to dominate the First Peoples Assemblies in Victoria. The radicals will take over, Warren. Warren Mundine, always great to talk to you.